Hi students, good afternoon. I hope you are utilizing your web classes. Please do. Okay? Today I am going to explain the fourth and fifth paragraph of lesson number 3. Yes? Let's start. Look in the text. I am going to read the paragraph number 4. After that, paragraph number 5. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge, and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing, he closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Still they took no notice of him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Only his mother was looking at him. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau, her white breast thrust forward. Now and again, she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. "Ga, ga, ga," he cried, begging her to bring him some food. "Gokola," she screamed back, derisively. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within the reach of his beak. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer. And then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into space. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach, and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once again, and he soared upwards. "Ga, ga, ga, Gokola!" His mother swept past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him screaming. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curveting and banging and soaring and diving. Oh, it was a wonderful scene. Yes, let's go for the explanation. Let us see. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. Yes, you know that. He was very hungry. Now, he had to do something, because he had not eaten anything for the last 24 hours. He has to make something. He has to do something to get some food. The hunger, the heat in him compelled him to find a solution. Now what he is going to do? He is trying to get the attention of the parents. He is trying to get somebody near him. So he stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge, and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing, he closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. This is what he did to call their attention, to call them to his ledge. He ran forward to the brink of the ledge and he stood on one leg. And he pretended to be falling asleep. It's a very dangerous place. You know that? He's standing on the brink of the ledge and on one leg. Where is the other leg? That is hidden under his wing. This is how usually birds do when they sleep. So he stood there. He lifted his one leg up and stood on that one leg. Then he pretended to be falling asleep. He thought that seeing this situation, this condition, the parents would rush to him to save his life. But nothing happened. Still, they took no notice of him. They did not take care of him. They did not notice. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. What the brothers were doing? The brothers and his sister, the three children, they were sleeping. They were taking rest. They were dozing. That means they had already finished their training and they had taken food. Now they are sleeping. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. The father was busy in cleaning his own feathers. Only his mother was looking at him. A mother, you know that. She is the most caring person. She is the most delicate. She is the most loving and most sympathetic person. She cannot leave the child as it is. She has to do something. She has to take the child out of this foothold. She has to make him leave the foothold and take his first flight. So the mother has to equip him. The mother has to train him. She wanted to get the child out of that ledge. For that, she is trying to do something. What is she doing? Only his mother was looking at him. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau. On the plateau, she was standing on a higher place so that the young seagull could see her clearly. She stood there and her white breast thrust forward. That means her body was totally visible to the child. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish. She was not standing there without doing anything. She was doing something. What was she doing? She had some fish under her feet. And she was tearing that food. And she was tearing the food. She tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. And she sharpened it. Oh, it was so tasty. She wanted to show the child that the food was so tasty. And she wanted to give him the greed. The greatest motivating factor is food. Definitely hunger and food. And definitely a person can do anything. A person can do anything for food. A person does anything. A person takes the life into risk to fill his stomach. So here the mother is adopting that measure. So she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. Definitely that was the thing that the mother wanted to do. The mother wanted to show him. The mother wanted to lure him. The mother wanted to attract him towards the food, and she wanted to make him leave the foothold. So the sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way. Yes. Kaas ye mein hota. And here the child is very much lured by the food. So he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. He wanted to sharpen his beak this way after tearing food. Is it clear? Let us go to the next one. Ga, 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 he cried, begging her to bring him some food so he could control himself. He loudly asked her, in making the sound ga, 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 mama lao, begging her food. This is why begging her some food. And by making the sound, he begged for some food. Gokula, she screamed back derisively. Oh, she was such a foolish person. The moment the child asked for some food, she answered, Gokula, yes, beta, ready. Yes. But he kept calling plaintively, and he calling her continuously, sorrowfully, Mama lao na, Mama lao, bhojan laiye, main bhoka hu. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. क्या देखा उसने 1-2 मिनट बाद? He saw something very surprising, very enjoying, very happy scene. What is that? Joyful scream. He made a joyful scream because he saw the sight, his mother bringing food. Yes. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of fish. That was a scene that he has seen. That is why his scream became joyful. Till then, he was calling her plaintively, sorrowfully. Now, the scene, the voice is changed to joyful one. Why? Because he saw his mother picking up a piece of fish and flying towards him. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. He leaned out eagerly. He bent his maximum, tapping the rock with his feet. He was beating lightly on the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. He was so excited. He wanted to get the food as early as possible. Yes. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within the reach of his beak. Something happened all of a sudden. When she was about to reach him, when she was so close to him, beak to beak, was very near, she halted. She stopped. Her wings motionless, she was no more moving. The piece of fish in her beak, almost within reach of his beak. It was very near to him, but not reachable. See, I don't know what happened to this mother. इसको क्या हो गया? पास आया, इतना पास आया, बस पकड़ ही रहा था, ले ही रहा था. मम्मी रुक गई. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer. And then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. This was what the mother wanted to do. This was the mother trying food. So, she was greatly successful in her attempt. And you know why the mother did not come near? Yes, you know. She wanted the child to dive for the fish. In that way, he would leave the foothold. Yes. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, yes, because of that hunger, he forgot all the risk. He even forgot that he was a coward. Yes. He dived at the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outwards. What happened? He fell down. There was a loud scream, and he screamed loudly. He fell outwards and downwards into space. He fell into space. There was no foothold. He was falling down and down. Then a monstrous terror seized him. He was so scared. The terror was monstrous, very, very fearful, something very uncontrollable. And the terror seized him, and his heart stood still. He felt as if he was going to die. He could hear nothing because he was terror stricken. He was caught by monstrous terror. He could hear nothing. But it only lasted a minute. Yesterday I told you, these instincts are there. This is an inbuilt, inborn instinct. See, the birds have that capacity to fly. And it is God-given capacity. It's a skill that is already inbuilt. So now, it only lasted a minute. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outwards. Yes, it came naturally. It came naturally. He felt his wings spreading outwards. It's a natural thing, and the bird is in its flight. Yes. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. So it's the first time he's in the air, and the wind rushed to meet him, and he felt the wind rushing towards him and feeling on his body. He could feel the tips of his wing cutting through the air. He could feel that he was flying against the wind. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. Yes, now he felt that he was totally balancing. He's not falling down. He's not falling. He's balanced. Yes, now. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was soaring. He was going up and down and along on his wings. He was no longer afraid. Yes, the fear is gone. He just felt a bit dizzy. He felt a little bit uncomfortable, feeling a little bit of spinning around and losing one's balance. He was a little bit tired. That's why he felt dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. Then he started flapping his wings and then he started going upwards. Ga, 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 go, kola. His mother swooped past him. So the mother came. She swooped past him. She moved past him. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. She was showing the baby. She was showing the young child to flap his wings with a loud noise. He answered with another scream. And he answered. He understood what the mother was trying to teach him. He understood it. So he returned with another scream. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curveting and banging and soaring and diving. They were all around him. These are the techniques: leaping like a horse, curveting, banging and cornering and soaring and diving, doing many techniques to fly in the sky. Thank you. Tomorrow we will meet again. Thank you. Have a nice day.